Well, everybody, thanks so much for joining us here on KREM 2. I'm going to be getting into the details of tomorrow's weather impact alert because we do have the risk of some elevated fire danger. So let's take a look at that. We are under a weather impact alert for tomorrow. So now's the time and the opportunity to get prepared for what's to come. This is because we are combining dry conditions with elevated winds, leading to elevated fire weather conditions and elevated fire weather risk. So make sure that you are fire aware. Know that new fires could start and spread rapidly. We need to be extra cautious and do things like avoiding using fireworks, avoiding any yard work that could potentially cause a spark, also not starting any cars over dry grass, and make sure that you are well aware of any burn restrictions for your local areas. But as we take a look across the board here, fire weather watches are in place for all of these areas that are shaded in tan. This was put in place by the National Weather Service as we are anticipating to see gusts near 30 miles per hour and relative humidity as low as 9%. So very, very dry conditions are expected, with the most elevated winds actually in parts of the Okanagan Valley and areas of central Washington. So let's get into those wind gusts for tomorrow afternoon, because by about 3:30, we'll start to see those winds picking up from the south in the Okanagan Valley. You can see gusts near 22 miles per hour sustained up toward Omak, and the gusts also picking up in the Ellensburg and Kittitas Valley and Yakima Valley areas. The winds even continue to pick up as we move through Wednesday evening and will be elevated overnight into Wednesday morning. So Wednesday morning also has the potential to become a weather impact alert day. It's just for now, when it comes to those fire weather watches that we have in place, the National Weather Service just has those in place for Tuesday. And so we're lining ours up with that. Something to be aware of, though. But of course, this time of year, we talk about it so often. We always need to be fire aware, especially because we will be dry really through our extended forecast. Here's Monday evening, where we will see some partly cloudy skies, slight chance of some mountain showers along the Montana-Idaho border. But other than that, we clear further overnight tonight, and we will see some widespread sunshine for Tuesday. So mostly dry conditions. We were dry even through Tuesday evening and into Wednesday. As far as what we're seeing temperature-wise today, we will be in the mid-80s, low 90s out in central Washington, even some mid-90s for areas like the Yakima Valley, Richland and the Tri-Cities, and north to Omak. Tomorrow, though, our temperatures, they climb even more. So we are looking at some low 90s for Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, even looking at triple digits south to the Tri-Cities, upper 90s for Moses Lake, Yakima, Walla Walla, as well as Omak. 89 is the high for Republic and Sandpoint. So even the areas that are cooler on the map are still going to be near 90 degrees. So that, combined with the relatively low humidity and the elevated winds, is why we're highlighting Tuesday for a weather impact alert day. We can see that as we take an overall outlook of what's to come in your 7-day planning forecast. Again, because of elevated winds for central Washington, or eastern Washington, I should say, on Wednesday with the passage of a dry cold front, we could see this weather impact alert extended through midweek, just in accordance with what the National Weather Service decides to do as far as issuing either fire weather watches or red flag warnings is kind of what we are watching out for in advance to trigger that. But overall, I mean, we saw dry conditions over this past 4th of July holiday weekend, and we will continue to see mostly dry conditions all the way even through this upcoming weekend. So be prepared for that. It is very dry out there. Again, precautions that you need to take. Avoid using things like fireworks or anything that could potentially cause a spark, because new fires that do start could be difficult to contain. And with the winds picking up tomorrow, any of the existing fires, we could also see that putting some extra work on local firefighting efforts. So be aware of that. Otherwise, if you do plan to be outside, maybe you're someone who works outside with the high heat tomorrow, make sure you're staying hydrated. You have things like sunscreen, and you're just aware that Tuesday for Spokane, this could be our first official 90-degree day of the year so far. Something, of course, we'll continue to track closely. But for the latest updates, and if any new fire weather watches or red flag warnings are put in place or upgraded, you can always come right back here to the KREM 2 app to get those latest updates on the forecast.